What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Let's take a look at crypto, but let's do it different this time. Let's not just let me talk about crypto, but let's actually interact with you guys. Now and then, I would like to go over the comments that I get on my channel to really interact with the audience. I love looking at some YouTubers sometimes, but they basically only talk about what they want to talk about. Let's talk about what you want to talk about. So if you like that already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, turn the bell notification on. There is a Patreon link down below, by the way. If you really want to chat with me, take a look at my crypto portfolio, podcast, exclusive content, personal calls with me, then there's a there's a link below. So let's take a look at what people say or ask or whatever. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below this video, by the way, and we can get over it into the next one. First one, can you take a look at XRP on its Bitcoin pair? I can. I'm gonna do it. Okay, sorry. Let's take a look at XRP on its Bitcoin pair. Cool. XRP is always so much scrolling. Therefore, I don't like the project. No. XRP on its Bitcoin pair. XRP on its Bitcoin pair is interesting because it is not showing the same type of weakness that the average project is showing right now. Most projects are like really going down hard, and XRP is quite interesting. It's basically being sideways, and it sounds boring, but it is. But on the other hand, being sideways in an altcoin bear market is a pretty good sign, because it's not going down that hard, right? A lot of altcoins are also going down hard against Bitcoin, and then you should really stay away. Yeah, XRP has the army, right? Like XRP, like no matter what XRP does, the community is not going away. These people are way too dedicated. Even after winning the lawsuit and it did nothing and everybody got let down, and sorry, these people won't give up. Like, it won't give up. So yeah, XRP on this Bitcoin pair, when I would be interested in buying XRP is basically when it's down at the lower range again, because it's been since March since it got there, right? And in the meantime, Bitcoin has went up, it went down, whatever. But XRP is holding up. So it just shows also that it's strong even when Bitcoin is not that strong. So I would say, like, okay, let it go down another 27%. And if you want to buy it, then it might be a good time to buy it. Overall, like, yes, okay, XRP is going down against Bitcoin. Like, we have a high right here, we have a way lower high, we have a lower high, we have another lower high. So the macro trend is down against Bitcoin, but most altcoins are that old, to be honest. On the other hand, there's also a case to be made to say that it's making high lows, right? It's also going up against Bitcoin. If we, I don't know if this line is going to do it for me. Yeah, okay. So it is going up. I wonder what it does when it gets here, though. But it's now basically in the middle of this range. Yeah, then I won't touch it. Let's see which side it is going. A lot of people say this about the project portal, but if everything is correct, then that is correct. Like, you don't actually get a confirmation. Bitcoin haven't corrected from 15 to 30k. The correction is usually to the downside, right? So if we go up now, it's bearish. Meaning end of the year we go, I don't understand what you mean, but okay, review one click crypto. I'll take a look at it. What's the ticker? Or is it a YouTuber or something? I don't know what it is. But yeah, no, let me know, and we'll get to that. Yeah, this is interesting. Like, someone says, everybody is talking about the halving kicking off the last bull market, but rarely mention the fact that trillions in stimulus was handed out a month prior, and we were in a much better environment for risk on assets, also diminishing negative sell pressure after each halving, and the market is much heavier now versus 2020. And that is true. I'm not gonna argue with that. Like, the Fed printed like it was $6 trillion to got us out of this COVID crash. On the other hand, It is a coincidence, isn't it? That it's always when the halving comes, something like that happens and we go up anyway. Here we had the halving, we went up. Here we had the halving, we went up. Here we had like the first halving, we went up. Like it's always the case. And I'm a big proponent of like, well, whatever the news is, right? In this case, the Fed printed money. It could be whatever. This time it could be another print or a ETF. There's always news that make the chart does what the chart is doing, and therefore Bitcoin is very cyclical so far. And yeah, there's always a piece of news that makes it happen. So probably in around May, April, somewhere like that, we get insane good news, and that makes it all happen again. And then people be like, "Yeah, but if it wasn't for this, then it wouldn't happen." But it did happen, and that's always the thing. So yeah, no, I don't know. I don't pay much attention to news and narratives and all of that because at the end of the day, that's always what we see in the charts anyway. So I just rather don't make it that hard and look at charts. By the way, I see that you don't see my screen that well, so I will fuck up my screen after I fix it. Yeah, okay, cool. So next one. You're slowly becoming my favorite YouTube channel. Sound advice, no bullshit. I love that, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate people that take the time to put in a good comment. If I like something, I just like it, man. But I don't tell them. No, but it's awesome, dude. Made a video about not going back to my old job. Somebody said that's why I'm working from Monday to Sunday to stack sats before the next bull run. Yeah, you get it, man. Like the time to prepare is now, right? Like work, do whatever you gotta do to make sure that you are prepared in the next bull because I don't know. This is not a chance that we get that much, right? When to buy altcoins? Somebody said you should have bought them for the last 6 months. Not necessarily. It depends on what your strategy is, I think. No, also not necessarily, by the way, because if you buy altcoins with your stable coins, for example, or just money on the bank or whatever, it doesn't matter because now we are sitting at the exact level as where we were in June or in March or in January or October last year or hell even June last year, like 2022. Like the altcoin market, in the meantime, it went up and it went down and went up and it went down. We're now at the exact level. So best case scenario on the dollar pair, the altcoin market hasn't done anything over the last 1.5 years, right? You might look at your portfolio and be like, yeah, but I'm in profit or I'm in loss. Yeah, of course, it could be because you picked the altcoins that did a little more this or a little more that. But overall, this is the total, this is everything, right? So this is the chart sitting at the exact same level. So when it comes to money, yeah, it doesn't matter if you bought it 6 months ago or now, like unless you mean this dip right here, but that's like a difference of if you bought the exact bottom, then you are now like 10% maybe in profit on general. That's not so interesting. However, if you look at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, yeah, it's quite different because 6 months ago, it was April. And if we look at April was here. So the altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair is already down again. So you were better off buying Bitcoin because like, yeah, your altcoins are now worth less against Bitcoin. So you can now buy more altcoins with that Bitcoin that you had have bought earlier. If you bought Bitcoin earlier, if you didn't do it, yeah, not my fault. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny how everybody has a different perspective on it. But I'm just happy, like I'm preaching, like, hey guys, you know, no reason to really go crazy on altcoins so far. And all I see is the altcoin market going down and down and down. I'm just happy to see that it plays out. Yeah, the best thing to do is to dollar cost average coins that are down at least 98% right now. Obviously pick good projects. Yeah, but you know, right? I looked up 2018-19 bear market and virtually every coin that went down 98% in that bear came back after and did at least a 10x from their 98%. And that could be like there is like that might work, right? Might work, definitely. But there is a counterpoint to that. First, if something is down 98%, it can go down another 98%. No, not just 2, right? That's how it works. And I don't know if I have any good examples of that. Like, yeah, for example, people were telling me, I think this is down like 98% or so. People were telling me to buy Xen, for example, right? Looks like this. And here I said, nope, not buying it. And it went all the way up, and people were laughing at me, and now it's all the way down. And now I'm laughing. Ha! But if you look at this chart, look at this. Blah. Xen was down 98% right here. Right? See that? 98. So this is such a coin that you might feel like, oh, it's down 98%. Let's buy it. What can go wrong, right? And from that point that you put your money in, it went down another 98%. So even after a 98% crash, you were still able to put your $1,000 into 20. Like, watch out with it. Watch out with it. And of course, I have to admit, this is not really fundamentally the strongest example like Xen. But then again, you do not know which coins are going to survive. Man, the crypto market is full of surprises. The ones that you think are never going to do something, they blow hell up. And the ones that you think like, well, this is like great, they die. Like, it's not that easy, bro. Also, if we, look at the 4-year cycle, where were we 4 years ago? We were in October 2019, right? Look at, and I'm not talking about the top 10 or anything like that, but look at like around the top 50. That can give you a little return, but also you might have thought like, wow, Mona coin, Silver Way, the gaps, like a lot of these coins right here, you do not know them anymore, right? And some do, you like Zilliqa, but there are so many right here that were down 90% by then, or 98%. And you might have thought like, well, this is a good buy. Most of those, you don't know them anymore, right? Like, and some, like, well, Decentraland became big, right? But you really have to look like, okay, what else is there? I remember Ratcoin, but a lot of coins in here, I don't even know them anymore, right? This is our current top 100, right? This. So in 4 years, people will look at it like, and yeah, you could have bought everything, including a Matic, and maybe made up for it all because Matic blew up. But you really had to because the rest wrecked you. Yeah. JCT or something like that. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Can I actually see the chart on this shit? It's untracked right now, so it's completely dead and gone, for example. So you might have thought like, wow, it's down so much. Yeah, but all these coins died anyway. So I don't think it's just as easy to say like, hey, just buy the good stuff, right? Like, you don't know what the good stuff is and it can all die. Yeah. Over previous cycles, how much days or weeks do you have to turn your Bitcoin into altcoins before they go ballistic? Yeah, then we just have to take a look at this chart, I guess. And that the thing is that there's not a lot of history on this, right? Here, this chart started here, but it doesn't take it back even any further than that. So I don't know exactly where that came from. Here, for example, we had quite some time. Here we entered the accumulation phase in July 2019, and we got out of it in February 2021. So we had 1.5 years. But it's past July already, right? So according to that, we should have already been there. So it might be all shorter right now. Like, for example, this move that we had over here, right? It's also here, also shorter, right? So I don't know. It might be that it all moves a little bit faster right now. So I can't tell you, but it won't be like in a daily wick or anything. We will be there in for a couple of weeks at least, I think. This guy basically says that crypto is bullshit. Then you are kind of on the wrong channel, dude. Okay, let's take a look. First, when I watch your videos, I thought this guy's anti-alts. I think I finally understand this Menno guy. Awesome, that's good to hear. No, I'm definitely not against all. Oh, hell no. I'm not against alts, man, bro. I love alts. They can make you so much money, and that's how I'm gonna make my money. Alts are basically the way to get rich. Like, you can make money with Bitcoin, but you won't get like filthy rich with Bitcoin anymore. I think that time has passed. Alts can still do that. But it is a matter of the right time, right? In a bear market, being in alts, yeah, it's completely different than being in alts during a bull market. When you look at the charts and history, how it went, it really makes sense now. Which months do you think is the best time to accumulate alts? Don't you think it's too short before the bull run, or shall we just fill the wallets and wait? You said already 2024, July, August will rise. When is the best time? When we look at the history chart, I started to accumulate when the FTX crash happened. The money I made was Bitcoin. Yeah, that's a really good way to start DCing Bitcoin during the FTX crash, in my opinion. That's really good. Yeah. So for the people that didn't follow it, I'm dollar costing into Bitcoin, and this is the altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair basically. And whenever this chart is going down, I'm buying altcoins with my Bitcoin. Yeah, whenever this goes down, it's really hard to like say and to predict that, because we do not have a lot of history on that. But yeah, in my opinion, this is going to happen somewhere like mid 2024, probably, maybe Q1, Q2. But I cannot really give an answer. I have to like guess, and there's a good chance I'm wrong, and you will get back to me later on that. So, but just follow this chart. I would say just follow this chart. Time isn't necessarily like that interesting. If this happens tomorrow, it happens tomorrow. If it happens in 6 months, it happens in 6 months. And I know crypto market is boring right now. You want to get it over with and buy these alts, because buying gives you that feeling, and I've seen it go up. It's beautiful. But you have to understand, the longer this all takes, the longer the time we have to accumulate, and the more money we actually make in the bull. So therefore, the patience will be rewarded, of course. In the meantime, it sucks. But yeah, no, maybe, man, it's so hard to say, man. It is so extremely hard to say. Let's overlay Bitcoin on this one more time. And look, we had the Bitcoin bottom right here, as we had the Bitcoin bottom over here. We had it in end 2022. Here we had it end 2018. So exactly that 4-year cycle. We went up. We went down again, and then Bitcoin really started to go up. And especially after that second Bitcoin dump is where altcoins eventually got down. We haven't seen a dump yet. So I don't know, man. I'm waiting on that Bitcoin dump, basically. But yeah, it's hard to predict. It's really hard. But yeah, no, I mean, just subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because I'm every day here. I'm every day. So whenever something really changes, I'll be the first to talk about it. Yo, Dutch mate, can you make a video on how to join an IDO? Of sort beginner tutorial for that stuff. I think I have it, but I'll make an update on that. Yeah. I understood your strategy. Can you also explain what if we didn't do your strategy and bought full altcoins when Bitcoin was around 3 or 6K in the last bull run? Would it not be more 100x? Understand what you mean. So your question is, instead of buying Bitcoin and later buying alts, isn't it more rewarding to just buy fully into altcoins once Bitcoin bottoms? No. There's a very good reason for that. Let me show you something which is quite interesting. So this is the altcoin market. Let me remove everything right here. This is the altcoin market, right? This was the best time to buy altcoins. Also here, basically this whole area right here. But if you really want to fucking cherry pick the bottom, it was here, right? Best time to buy altcoins, and you would have made a lot of money on that if you bought the right ones. Now let's overlay Bitcoin. Like a rip mark. All right. So once Bitcoin got to 3 or 6K, right? The 3K was here, and the 6K was here, by the way. So, but whatever, this area or this area, right? That's what you mean. The thing is that, yes, these were the lows on altcoins. So if you bought the right altcoins, you would have made a lot of money. The thing is that it was still time-wise, it was, especially here, by the way, here a lot less though, but time-wise here, it was very early in the cycle. And overall altcoins went up here and went down again. This was December 2018, and the altcoin market really broke out of this whole range, kind of like here, right? In August, end of 2022. So that was almost 2 years later. Yeah, give altcoins 2 years in these lows, and they will die one by one, right? Like we just saw on CoinMarketCap history. That was October 2019, so kind of where we are today, but 4 years ago in the cycle, all right? You saw so many altcoins that you'd be like, what is that? What are those, right? All these altcoins still died. So you could say like, yeah, and if we take that to today, you could say like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that. It's low, it's low, it's low. But there are so many altcoins right now that will die, right? And not as much as here, because I do think that the fundamentals of altcoins today are better than what they are 4 years ago. That's for sure. But it doesn't change the fact that a lot of altcoins will still die, right? Purely because they run out of funds, they can pay their team members no more, they don't have the marketing funds anymore to get the community involved, whatever. So they will still die. So if you would have bought, let's say, like 10 altcoins right here, maybe 2 survived. Yeah, and these 2 had to do really well to make up for the other 8 that you lost your money on. So yeah, on one hand, overall, I do think it was more rewarding though, because the 2 that survived and actually moons really hard though, to be honest. So overall, I do think it's more rewarding. But yeah, it depends on how much risk you would like to take, because you also, of course, take a lot of risk by that, right? And like I said in that video, like you can also choose to buy Bitcoin here, like December 2018, right? Although the low on altcoins was here and here as well. But if you look at this chart, altcoins on the Bitcoin pair, December 2018 is where you've bought these altcoins, which was here, right? But altcoins on their Bitcoin pair from there, that's by the way exactly where we are right now, went down 64%. So if you bought Bitcoin here, you would have made a lot of money. You made it 12, 13x on Bitcoin. And if you then put it in altcoins, then you made another, I don't know how many x on these altcoins. So you basically can buy the bottom, around the bottom, twice and run 2 different bull runs in one bull run, if you know what I mean. First, dollar to Bitcoin, ride that Bitcoin up, and then buy altcoins with that Bitcoin on their lows, around the lows, and ride that up. Yeah, if you got the timing right on this, then you would have made a lot of money, a lot of money. Plus, this is a lot safer, right? Because you are half all this time basically into Bitcoin and not into these altcoins that a lot of those have died. Market is not the same. 12x for Bitcoin not possible. In 2019 it was. Yeah, well, first off, that was not the point, right? The point is, that's what I just talked about, by the way, that you could first make 12x on Bitcoin and then convert it into altcoins. But that wasn't the point. Even if you do 5x on Bitcoin right now or whatever, you still make money, and then you take these profits and put it into altcoins and make profits on these profits. Yeah, second 12x is not possible. Like, that's the thing. Bro, welcome. It's crypto. Never say that something isn't possible, right? Everything is possible. Like, if you use the word likely, then I completely agree with you, right? Like 12x for Bitcoin, is it likely? Well, it's still not unlikely to me, by the way, but that's a more realistic word. But possible, bro. Bitcoin doing 100x from this point where we are right now, 28k, is possible, right? It's not likely, but it is possible. Look at Dogecoin. What Dogecoin did was, for me, like, wow, everything is possible in crypto, for sure. But you should not underestimate the power of ETFs, though, because this will be the first institutional bull run, right? It's not like just retail money in some businesses. This is like trillions of dollars that can be injected in the market. Yeah, then with this low liquidity that Bitcoin still has, I don't know, man. Don't be surprised if we actually do that 12x though on in Bitcoin. Um, Menno, buy altcoins with Bitcoin profit will work. Yeah, that's kind of what I explained in that whole video and now again, so I hope it's clear. Alts will not be at the same price. Thoughts? Alts will also move. Yes, alts will also move, definitely. But again, that's the thing. You take more risk, so altcoins could move, but you have a higher chance that you are in altcoins that are still dying. Plus, Bitcoin moves more. Like what you see right here. If Bitcoin went up right here, altcoins went up on their on the dollar pair as well, but they went down against Bitcoin. So Bitcoin on the dollar pair went up harder than altcoins on the dollar pair. So yeah, if it's more rewarding, well, yeah, we all know that Bitcoin is less risk as well. Then this is absolutely the best strategy for sure. Can Myria do a 50x in the next bull market? Yeah, look, again, everything could happen, right? But I don't know, man. Like, yeah, let me put it like that. Yes, it could. It could. Am I now claiming that Myria will do it? Fuck no. Hell no. But it definitely could. Like, Myria, like, it is gaming. Gaming is a huge narrative, in my opinion. Is one of the most successful things in crypto for the next bull run, I think. Myria has the hype. They have they have a good hype. They really have a good hype running. I just really don't really like the tokenomics of Myria. If you maybe can see it still, it is already $100 million market cap. Don't get it wrong and look like, yeah, well, it's just an $8 million market cap. Really, fully diluted 100 million. So just 8% is in circulation, but it kind of depends when it all comes to circulation. I don't know from the top of my head, but that's an interesting thing. But it could, like, if this is the current market cap and the token vesting is very slow and the bull market is earlier than the big token vesting, yeah, then it will be sitting at an $800 million market cap. Yeah, won't be really weird for a good gaming project, like for a fully ecosystem L2 and all of that. Like even Illuvium did it on its own as a single game in the previous bull market with less liquidity and, less gaming hype than my opinion is going to be in the next one. So yeah, it's possible. Oh, you ask about a 50x, by the way, would be $400 million market cap. Yeah, definitely. It could. Like, but I'm also not surprised if it won't. You can't do anything with that information, I know, but I'm not gonna claim that I know or being moonboyish about it. It's the wrong time. If I have money, yeah, okay. Can you please tell us why some altcoins are breaking out, such as Loom and Bond? I don't know about these two altcoins, but I can tell you why some altcoins are breaking out. Let's take a look at Loom. I think I saw someone on Twitter talk about it, by the way. Loom. Let's take a look at this. All yeah, crazy shit. Why it is breaking out? Look, I think it's very simple. It's liquidity, man. It's all about liquidity. Like there is just not a lot of liquidity in the market right now. Like the net liquidity is going down anyway. Crypto is low liquidity already. Altcoins are already super low liquidity, right? So there isn't much, and therefore it doesn't take much to have insane pumps. That's also the reason why it's all going down that hard. But it's also the reason that it could have these insane pumps. You saw it on other projects as well, like, for example, a couple of weeks ago, by now, I think, it was Moonbeam, for example, that had a pretty decent pump, right? It went all the way from 16 cents, give or take, to, well, let's say 30. Had an 80% pump almost in a week. Crazy, right? But yeah, then again, if you look at the chart, it was like, yeah, okay, it's not that weird because all the liquidity is getting taken out of the project every week. Like there's no liquidity in there. So it doesn't take a lot for this project to pump that hard. But it also makes it very easy for a project to do this, and now it's being back where it was basically. So I think it's just people shifting money, and it might be that one specific whale or whales jumped into the project at a certain point, and again, it doesn't take much to do that. I also made 200k in the last bull market, but I'm knew almost nothing about it, pure luck. But I made a bit mistake. I made profits, but I could make way more. So people take profits the way up. Yeah, profit taking is key. But it's good that you made that much money. It says that you actually do something well. So try to remember what you did, though. Unfortunately, I don't think we will get another bull market like the last. Perfect macro environment for risk assets. Now we have the inverse with high rates, rising the XY, higher inflation, and no trillions in stimulants handed out this time. Yeah, I agree, but that's what we have right now, right? What we have right now. Who knows how that looks in like a year, right? It could all change pretty fast, though. It could change pretty fast. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I don't want to make a video of an hour again. It's like, I think this 30 minutes is more than enough. If you have any like questions or comments or something you would like me to go over in the video, drop them below. I will take them into one of the next videos. If you like the content, please like the content, share this, subscribe to the channel. You know what to do. Let's push it into YouTube's algorithm so I have some motivation to keep on going during the rest of the bear market so we can make it in the bull, guys. All right, bye.